Looking for the best laptop for Fortnite? Well, in this video, we break down the top 5 best laptops for Fortnite on the market this year, so be sure to stay tuned to find out which laptop will be best for you and your budget. This list is in no exact order, so be sure to watch till the end so you don't miss anything. And if you're interested in updated pricing or more information on any of the products mentioned, I left links in the description down below, so feel free to check those out at any time during the video. With all that out of the way, let's get into the video. The Razer Blade Stealth features a 13.3-inch QHD touch-enabled display with a resolution of 3200 by 1800. The picture is very bright and clear with excellent color saturation. It can be viewed with wide angles up to 178 degrees. It has a brightness rating of 400 nits, which is just about as good as you could possibly ask for. We didn't especially like the thick bezels around the display, but it all comes down to a matter of personal preference. The laptop has a very sleek and stylish aesthetic that should appeal to most people. The lid has rounded edges and a matte finish, which means you don't have to deal with constantly cleaning off fingerprints. The 8th generation Intel Core i7-8550U processor has a base clock speed of 1.8 GHz and 4 GHz with Turbo Boost. You'll also get 16 GB of RAM, which is perfect for those who love gaming. The processor is beyond powerful and one of the best on the market today. The anti-ghosting keyboard on this laptop is capable of registering simultaneous key presses with absolute precision. It offers 1.5 mm of travel for a very comfortable overall feel. The spacing is good and doesn't feel cramped at all. The trackpad is large, very smooth, and highly responsive. This laptop measures 12.6 by 8.1 by 0.54 inches, making it a bit thicker than its predecessors. It's still fairly thin and easy to transport though. The battery life of the Stealth laptop is a little over 5 hours, which isn't great but still enough for extended gaming sessions without being tied to an electrical outlet. If you're just browsing the web, you should have no problem getting 6 hours of use from this laptop. The Razer Blade Stealth is the best laptop for Fortnite under $1,500. It features an incredible display, sturdy construction, and powerful processor that's made for gaming. Anyone who's addicted to Fortnite will find this laptop is a great choice. It's not the cheapest option ever, but it's certainly not the most expensive either. The Dell Inspiron 157567 has a great looking black and red design and matte finish that stays clean with minimal effort. In the back of this laptop you'll find a series of vents that help to keep the internal components cool when you take its components to their limits. We absolutely love the island style keyboard, which has red lettering and bright backlighting. The touchpad is nice and smooth and surrounded by a dark red border. There's a power button in the upper left hand corner that doubles as a fingerprint reader. The keyboard offers 1.2 mm of travel, which isn't horrible but not quite as much as we'd like. It's positioned pretty far back, which can take some getting used to. Measuring 15.2 by 10 by 8 by 1 inches and a total weight of 6 pounds, this laptop is admittedly on the larger side. It's definitely heavier than some of its competitors, but we have certainly seen bigger. There are numerous connectivity options including an Ethernet jack, Noble lock slot, USB 3.0 port, and SD card slot on the right side. On the left there are two USB 3.0 ports, a Thunderbolt 3 port, and an HDMI output. This laptop's 15.6-inch 1080p display offers a much better picture than its predecessor. The fact that it has an IPS panel means that the colors appear much more accurately, and you get wider viewing angles. The picture is very sharp and detailed, which is something all gamers can really appreciate. The speakers on this laptop are pretty average, though they can get pretty loud. The more you turn up the volume, the less detail you're going to get. You can listen to most types of music without an issue, but don't expect to be blown away. The 2.5 GHz Intel Core i5-7300 CPU is combined with 8 GB of RAM for a very fast and powerful machine. There's also a 256 GB solid state drive for ample storage. The Dell Inspiron 157567 is the best value per dollar laptop for Fortnite. It's packed with lots of impressive features for the price. The Acer Aspire 5 has a good-looking black and silver accented design with a plastic chassis that's surprisingly solid. The silver Acer logo can be found on the lid, which has a nice black matte finish. The hinge is very sturdy and it bends back far enough to line up with the deck. Measuring 16.7 by 11.4 by 1.1 inches with a weight of 6.6 pounds, this laptop is fairly heavy. It has multiple ports, including Ethernet, USB Type-C, HDMI, a single USB 3.0, and an SD memory reader. On the right side, you'll find a DVD-RW double-layer drive along with two USB 2.0 ports and a headphone jack. This laptop's display boasts a high 1920 by 1080 resolution with a matte IPS panel. You shouldn't have much trouble with viewing the screen, even when you're out in the sunlight. Colors appear very crisp and clear with a decent brightness rating of 334 nits. It may not be quite as bright as some other models on the market, but it's more than adequate for most gamers. The keyboard has a number pad and a matte finish that looks great. It offers 1.4 mm of travel, though we prefer 1.5. The keys are easy to press without being too shallow, and they aren't too loud. While this keyboard isn't backlit, it's nicely spaced with a smooth and spacious touchpad. The speakers on this laptop can fill a fairly large room, but the accuracy leaves something to be desired. They don't handle the high end very well, but they are good enough until you get yourself a decent headset. The Intel i7-8550U processor in this laptop has a base clock speed of 1.8 GHz. You'll also get 12 GB of RAM for plenty of speed and power. The 256 GB solid state drive gives you lots of storage space. The Acer Aspire 5 is the best budget laptop for Fortnite. Anyone who cannot afford to spend a lot on a new laptop can take a close look at this one. If you guys like the video and want to stay up to date with the best in gaming and tech gear, as well as things like specific PC builds for games like Fortnite, be sure to hit that subscribe button. The Lenovo Legion Y520 measures 15 by 10.4 by 1 inches with a total weight of 5.6 pounds, making it fairly portable and easy to travel with. On the left side of this laptop, you'll find a Kensington lock slot, a power jack, Ethernet jack, USB 2.0 port, and a headphone jack. On the right side, there's a USB-C port, an SD card reader, 2 USB 3.0 ports, and an HDMI output. The laptop's 15.6-inch display has a 1080p resolution that's a bit dull, but displays colors fairly accurately. It has a brightness rating of just 220 nits, which is a little disappointing. It's not bad for the price, but don't expect a breathtaking picture. The keyboard is a real pleasure to type on. It offers 1.8 millimeters of travel and 77 grams of force to press down on the keys. To say that it's comfortable would definitely be an understatement. The soft touch deck gives you a nice place to put your wrist while you're typing away, and the touchpad is fairly large and responsive. We were thoroughly impressed by this laptop's loud and detailed speakers. You can listen to pretty much any type of music without major complaints. These speakers also really add to the whole gaming experience. The NVIDIA GTX 1050 Ti graphics card has 4 GB of VRAM, making it fairly powerful and more than capable of handling many modern games. The Intel Core i7-7700HQ processor is coupled with 16 GB of RAM for a fast and powerful gaming machine. You can easily multitask with up to 40 tabs in Chrome without any lag at all. There's also a 256 GB solid state drive that will give you lots of storage space. You can get about 3.5 hours of use out of this laptop before you need to plug it in, so you should always keep the charging cable handy. It certainly isn't the longest battery life of any laptop, but it's also not the worst. The Lenovo Legion Y520 is by far the best laptop for Fortnite under $1,000. The ASUS ROG Strix Scar Edition has an attractive gunmetal gray finish on the lid and a sleek overall design that screams modern style. Its fast actuating keys are incredibly responsive and nicely spaced out. The placement of the arrow keys are a bit strange, but hotkeys are separated to prevent accidental mistypes. The keyboard lights up as soon as you open the lid, and each key is fully customizable. There are tons of ports that this laptop has to offer. On the left side, you'll find a charging port, an Ethernet port, mini display port, HDMI output, 2 USB A 3.0 ports, and a combination audio jack. On the left side, there are 2 additional USB A 3.0 ports, a USB-C 3.1 Thunderbolt port, and a full-sized SD card reader. The 15.6-inch FHD panel has a nice refresh rate of 144 Hz. There's also an NVIDIA GTX 1070 GPU, which is paired nicely with an Intel Core i7-7700HQ processor and 16 GB of memory. This is definitely one of the fastest and most powerful gaming laptops on the market right now. The laptop measures 15.2 by 10.3 by 1 inches with a total weight of 5.1 pounds, making it a little bulky but not too bad. The 256 GB PCIe solid state drive and 1 TB hybrid FireCuda SSHD offer some excellent storage solutions for your games and other data. With a battery life of around 6 hours, you can feel free to game for hours without having to worry about finding an electrical outlet. While it's not quite as good as some of its competitors, we don't think it's a major issue. When you press the 4th hotkey on this laptop, you'll see the ROG Gaming Center. The Windows 10 app will provide you with detailed information on the computer, including its GPU, processor, and hard drive. You'll also have the option of creating numerous gaming profiles with specific settings. The ASUS ROG Strix Scar Edition is the best overall laptop for Fortnite. It combines an extremely powerful processor and lots of RAM with a gorgeous display. We've just laid out the top 5 laptops for Fortnite on the market right now. The Razer Blade Stealth is far and away the best laptop for Fortnite under $1,500. It features a great keyboard design, plenty of memory, and a solid CPU. The Dell Inspiron 157567 offers the best value per dollar for those who love playing Fortnite. You'll get a lot of impressive features for a pretty reasonable overall price. The Acer Aspire 5 is the best budget laptop for Fortnite. If you cannot afford to spend a lot, this option is the one you should focus on. We also really like the Lenovo Legion Y520 as the best laptop for Fortnite under $1,000. While it's not perfect, it has quite a bit of power and speed. Last but not least, the ASUS ROG Strix Scar Edition is the best overall laptop for Fortnite. It's incredibly powerful with a great display and incredibly solid construction. Alright gamers, that's all for this video. If you're interested in staying up to date with the best in gaming gear and cool tech in general, hit that subscribe button and turn on those post notifications so you can stay informed. If you're interested in finding pricing on all the products mentioned, like always, the links will be in the description down below. I keep those links up to date, so if any new products are released, I'll update the description down below. Anyway guys, till next video, keep gaming.